We're at a site called Killarumiyoq, which is outside of the city of Cusco. Killarumiyoq is an Inca name. Most people believe that the Inca language was called Quechua or Quechua, but in fact it was probably called Runasimi, which means the voice of the people. Now Kia means moon, Rumi means stone, and Yok probably means place of. So the place of the stones of the moon. Some people believe it was a solar calendar, some believe it was a lunar calendar, and of course most people say it was a temple. But then practically everything that looks megalithic or monumental in and around Cusco is called a temple. Let's go have a look for ourselves. Engineer Dr. Arlen Andrews from Texas in the United States believes that Killarumiyoq was a solar calendar, a solar clock of some kind. And so we've come today on his behalf to take measurements for him so that he can build a model in the United States and calculate how this clock worked. Now what you're about to see is one of a kind, as far as I can tell. There's no other sculpture or sculpted surface like it in Peru. So what you can see here are 7 facets in it, going from left to right. There, the center one, there, and there. And it seems to be bilaterally symmetrical. We did take measurements of it for Arlen Andrews, the engineer, and we'll see what he comes up with. He does believe that it is a solar calendar or solar clock of some kind. And this is my 3rd trip here in order to take measurements for him. Of course, many people come here and they do initiation ceremonies, etc. The question is, it's unknown whether this is an Inca structure or not, because I couldn't see any evidence of tool marks. The Inca had bronze chisels, stone hammers, so I should have been able to at least see the puncture marks or the bruise marks of the stone hammers. It is possible, like many things in Cusco in the Sacred Valley, that this belongs to a much older culture that made it, used it for their purposes, and then left for some reason. And then the Inca may have adopted it afterwards and gave it the name Killarumiyoq. Now, aside from this amazing feature, whether it's a sundial, lunar dial, or whatever it is, this area of Killarumiyoq has far more than just this magnificent work. And so let's go explore more and higher in this area. This wall could very well be from the Inca period, but there are examples of polygonal construction like this, which is so tightly fit that it may have been pre-Inca, made by a culture that preceded the Inca called the Peruas. This stairway, though, clearly is of Inca construction and continues on and on and Jesus on. Gamara, who is the expert in the Cusco area on strange phenomena such as this, believes that this is called Hananpacha work and comes from the first builders who were here many thousands of years ago. When I traveled with him one day, I asked him how many of these cutout surfaces existed around Cusco in the Sacred Valley, and his remark was 5,000. So now we've come way up and followed an Inca trail, not just a little trail used by paisanos or peasants. It was lined with stone, so that probably made it a royal Inca trail. And when you follow it, what do you find? Quite incredible. A cave with megalithic work in the interior. So let's go explore that. And with the Killarumiyoq dial, whether it was a moon dial or a sundial, way below us there. Here, this is a cave which is quite extraordinary because we find the natural stone, but integrated into it is this masterful work. It could be Inca work, or it could be older work. In some cases you can see you can't fit a human hair in between the cracks. Quite extraordinary. So this cave is the end of our trip for today. The workmanship of the stone in here is exceptional. Some of the finest I've seen in Cusco in the Sacred Valley, possibly indicative not of the Inca, who were masters, but of those who came before them, possibly the Peru people or another unknown culture who predated them and had higher technology. Above here, we've just heard from our two very young guides that there are cemeteries, bones, possibly, obviously skulls. Unknown whether they're elongated skulls, we don't know. But I invite you to continue watching, and the best place to look is www.hiddenincavideos.com, as well as YouTube. Ciao!